Today I'm taking you on a full tour of Midlothian, one of Richmond's fastest growing suburbs and a place that surprises a lot of out-of-towners. Just 20 minutes southwest of downtown in Chesterfield County, Midlo blends things you don't usually find in the same zip code. Top-rated schools, peaceful communities, local charm, and more space for your money. I work with dozens of out-of-state buyers every year, and Midlothian consistently surprises them, and I regularly hear from them, "Wait, this exists?" But this isn't just a pretty drive. I'm going to show you what homes here actually cost, how the neighborhoods feel, who this area works best for, and what trade-offs you should be ready for before making a move. Because let's be honest, Midlothian isn't perfect for everyone, but if you know what you're looking for, it might just be your perfect fit. Hey y'all, I'm Holly, a top producing local realtor here in the Richmond metro area who specializes in helping people just like you find the right neighborhood for their next chapter. Whether you're relocating to RVA or just looking for your forever home, as a native Richmonder, I love providing local insight you can't get from Zillow or Google. So before we hit the road, let's zoom out for a second and answer the big questions, because if you're watching this, you're probably wondering, why Midlothian? Where even is it on the map compared to Richmond, and what it actually costs to live here? First, it's one of Richmond's fastest growing suburbs, and for good reason. Midlothian offers that rare mix of top-rated public schools, a strong sense of community, and access to outdoor spaces like parks, trails, and waterfront living. Whether you're raising a family, working remotely, or relocating for a lifestyle change, Midlo gives you room to grow without sacrificing convenience or charm. Number two, it's 20 minutes southwest of Richmond, but feels like its own small town. Located just off of Route 60 and near Route 288 and Polite Parkway, Midlothian is highly connected, but doesn't feel like you're living in the city. You've got Westchester Commons, River City Sports Complex, and countless neighborhoods and trails all within about a 10 to 15 minute drive. It's the kind of place where everything you need is close, but you still get that breathe easy, come home and exhale kind of feel. Third, it's more affordable than you might expect. Home prices in Midlothian vary depending on what you're looking for. You'll find starter townhomes in the upper 300,000s, established single-family homes in the 400,000 to 600,000 range, and luxury custom builds or newer communities like Roundtray, which we'll tour later on in the video, that stretch into the 800,000 to $1 million plus range. Plus, just across the line in Moseley, some areas offer USDA or first-time buyer incentives with 0% down options, which makes Midlothian even more appealing to out-of-state buyers. We're actually started right here in Westchester Commons. This is where Midlothian really starts to shine, not just with convenience, but with character. You've got the big name staples like Target's, Joann Fabrics, Chick-fil-A, and even a movie theater right here. But what makes Westchester special is the local flair you don't find in every suburb. One of my favorite spots is Napa Kitchen, right here behind me. Not only is the food amazing year-round, but they transform the entire restaurant, and I mean top to bottom, for the holidays. Every winter, they host a Winter Wonderland event that becomes a full local tradition. Think over-the-top Christmas decor, cozy vibes, and reservations that book up weeks in advance. And if you're in town for Valentine's Day, their Cloud9 event is just as magical. The whole space gets a romantic makeover, perfect for date night. Just across the parking lot this way is Latitude Seafood, where the fish tacos are on point and the curly fries totally underrated. Now we are moving just down the parking lot here to the edge at Westchester Commons, and if you've heard me talk about leave a car behind communities, this is it in action. These are modern luxury townhomes designed for people who want walkability and style. We're talking 3 to 4 story floor plans with open layouts, optional rooftop terraces, private owner suite, and spacious 2-car garages, all tucked into low maintenance communities where lawn care is handled for you. There's even a private gathering area with fire pit, cornhole, grilling station, and a gazebo that you might be able to see down there at the corner. So you've got that community feel without giving up privacy. Prices start in the mid 400s, and you're literally steps away from 17 restaurant, 10 shop, a movie theater, and 8 health and fitness spots. It's modern living with everything at your fingertip. And if you're ready to move sooner rather than later, they've got quick move-in homes with curated finishes ready to go. Perfect if you're relocating and need a home that feels like home fast. I could go on and on about Westchester Commons area, but let's go ahead and hop in the car and explore what else this Midlothian area has to offer. We are now heading down Midlothian Turnpike, or some call it Route 60. We just crossed over 288, which is one of the newer highways in the area that connects north of the James to south of the James. It starts at Interstate 64 and ends at Interstate 95. To the right over here, it leads back to some of the more established residential areas with lots of tree-lined streets. To the left is where all of the commercial area continues. Dominion Energy has an office here. They provide electrical service to all of the Richmond Metro. There are several veterinary offices to keep our furry friends healthy, banks, an urgent care facility, and many restaurant options. I mentioned too that I really enjoy in Westchester Commons, and here are two more. One's on the left of Midlothian Turnpike, and that's Four Seasons. They have the best desserts around this area, in my opinion. The one that is on the right up here is called Sports Page. Y'all, if you are looking for a great place to watch a football game and enjoy some wings, this is it. They have a couple other locations in RVA as well, but their hot wings and California Gold wings are spot on. If you aren't a wing person, no worries. I truly have never had anything bad in there. Now that I have made all of us hungry talking about all these food options, let's change the subject a bit. We're passing the Chesterfield Fire and EMS Station number 5 up here on the left. If you're wondering about emergency services, Midlothian area, here's what you should know. Chesterfield County runs a combination fire and EMS department, which means it's staffed by both career professionals and highly trained volunteers. There are 22 fire and rescue stations across the county, supported by 8 volunteer rescue squads, and you'll often see these teams working side by side during calls. One key thing that surprises a lot of folks, especially those relocating or just visiting from Henrico, if you do call for an ambulance in Chesterfield, you will get a bill. It's not a free ride, but the county does offer an EMS passport program that helps cover those costs if you ever need transportation. On the law enforcement side, the Chesterfield County Police Department is large, responsive, and well-equipped. With over 500 officers and an advanced real-time crime center, they're constantly monitoring trends and coordinating fast responses using everything from license plate readers to live camera feed. Between police, fire, and EMS, Midlothian is well covered, and that peace of mind means a lot to those looking to relocate and put down roots here in Chesterfield County. And as long as we're on the topic of county-provided services, let's look at the schools, since Midlothian Middle is just up here on the right. When it comes to schools in Midlothian, families have solid options proven to perform. Midlothian High School services most of Midlothian. It's a part of the Chesterfield County Public School System and was named a National Blue Ribbon School in 2019, a prestigious recognition of excellence. It also houses an International Baccalaureate Specialty Center offering a globally recognized rigorous curriculum. Nearby Cosby High serves a small part of Midlothian and earned a Blue Ribbon Award in 2015. Plus, it boasts a dedicated health science specialty center. And don't overlook Clover Hill High, which also services a small part of Midlothian, home to the Math and Science Magnet program, which has consistently launched student experiments on NASA missions since the 1990s. Midlothian Middle School also shines, as recent awards and competitions like We the People show it's a school where students thrive in both academics and the art. Together, these schools offer award-winning specialty programs, academic, whole child support, and strong extracurricular cultures. Now let's turn into another new construction community and take a look around. Just off of Woolridge Road, nestled between Midlothian Mines Park and American Family Fitness, is Coalfield Station, a newer neighborhood that's been catching the eye of buyers looking for low-maintenance living, great schools, and a prime location. These are 2-level garage condos, or as I call them, double-decker condos, with open concept layouts, stylish finishes, and just enough outdoor space to breathe without the upkeep. You've got private garages, oversized walk-in closets, and thoughtful storage throughout, all in a condo that feels more like a home. This community offers the small town charm with easy access to everything Midlothian has to offer. You're just across the way from the scenic trails of Midlothian Mine Park, minutes from the Y and the new library, and just down the road from J.B. Watkins Elementary, Midlothian Middle, and Midlothian High School. And if you need to hop on 288 or Poet Powhite Parkway, you're less than 5 minutes away. The neighborhood also features a centrally located park that you see here behind me, a fire pit, grilling area, playground for kids that's perfect for meetups and cookouts or even get together with the neighbors. And shopping between Westchester Commons, where we visited just a few minutes ago, Target, Wegmans, and Chesterfield Town Center that's further down this way on Midlothian Turnpike, you're never far from what you need. Now I want to share a quick story because I think it speaks to something really important when buying new construction. I recently worked with a military family relocating from the Midwest. Like many buyers, they were drawn in by the builder's incentives to use their preferred lender and closing team. Sounds easy, right? But here's the thing. Those vendors ultimately work for the builder, not for you. While sometimes it works out perfectly, unfortunately, these clients ended up being asked for the same documents over and over again. No confirmation of receipt, no updates, just radio silence until suddenly we were days from closing and they still didn't have a cleared close. And the worst part, even though I was doing my regular check-ins with all of the vendors, they never mentioned needing anything and sometimes wouldn't speak to me at all as their agent. When the closing disclosure didn't come, I escalated the issue up the chain, found someone that could get things unstuck, and reviewed the documents that my clients had submitted multiple times. And when we were able to close on time, their pod arrived, they unpacked, and they started their new duty assignment without delay. So if you're thinking about moving to the Richmond, Virginia metro area, especially if you're relocating under a deadline, feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text to the number on the screen. Yes, that's my direct number, and you'll be speaking with me. I've also dropped a link to my relocation guide below if you'd like more information about RVA. We're going to head on just a short distance from Coalfield Station is one of Midlothian's most underrated gems, Midlothian Mines Park. Here we are. It's quiet, scenic, and filled with trails that wrap around an old quarry lake right here behind me. But what a lot of people don't realize is this land is part of Virginia's very first commercial coal mining operation. In fact, Chesterfield County played a key role in the nation's industrial history, with coal mined here as early as the 1700s. The Richmond and Danville Railroad even built its very first tracks here to haul coal from Midlothian to the James River. You'll still see remnants of that history along the trails, old mining structures, stone ruins, and educational plaques that tell the story. But today, it's a peaceful spot for walking the dog, pushing a stroller, or just taking a breather. It's the kind of place that reminds you how much history lives right beneath the surface here in Midlothian, and why this area has always attracted people looking for opportunity, space, and something a little different from the usual suburb. We've covered a lot so far, and several new construction options, but don't miss the next few stops, especially if you're thinking about building or buying new construction. Next up, we are heading to Charter Colony, one of Midlothian's most established and now expanding master plan communities, known for its neighborly vibe, thoughtful layout, and award-winning design. Charter Colony already offers amenities that check all of the boxes. 2 clubhouses, multiple pools, including a zero-entry pool with the sun deck, tennis and pickleball court, playgrounds, and miles of walking trails, and it's growing. The newest addition, Land and Village, is bringing fresh energy with new single-family homes and townhomes starting in the upper $500,000 range. These homes are part of the Clarity Collection, which means you get spacious first-floor living, soaring 10-foot ceilings, and optional second floors or walkout basements depending on your needs. Homes range from 2 to 5 bedrooms, and yes, basements are available if you're looking for that extra storage or living space. If you don't already know, basements can be really hard to find in the Richmond metro area. In this new section, residents will enjoy even more: another pool, a pavilion, gathering spaces, and even a disc golf course. It's that perfect mix of lifestyle and low maintenance that a lot of families and downsizers are drawn to. Location-wise, Charter Colony sits in the sweet spot, less than 2 miles from the Midlothian YMCA, St. Francis Medical Center, and just minutes from Route 288, with fast access to Powhite Parkway. If you're looking for community, convenience, and options, Charter Colony offers all three, with even more to come. We're heading out now to another planned development community, Roundtray. But as we drive along, I thought I would share just a few other things out in this area that you might be interested in. Just down the road from the heart of Midlothian is Bright Point Community College that you see here on the right. A major asset for anyone looking to stay local while getting ahead. Whether you're a recent grad, adult learner, or someone looking to switch careers, Bright Point offers a 2-year degree, transfer programs, and career certifications across fields like healthcare, cybersecurity, education, and more. It's known for its smaller class sizes, supportive faculty, and the ability to transition easily into Virginia's 4-year universities. And because it's right here in Midlothian, it gives residents, especially young adults and working parents, a flexible, affordable path to higher education. I mentioned St. Francis Medical Center earlier. It's a full-service Bon Secours hospital that's become a cornerstone of health and wellness in the area. Located just minutes from Charter Colony and the YMCA, it offers everything from 24/7 emergency services and labor and delivery to specialty care and advanced imaging. Even after a fire damaged part of the hospital a few years ago, the facility bounced back stronger and continues to serve as one of the region's most trusted hospitals. Families love knowing top-tier care is just around the corner, and relocation buyers are often surprised to learn how accessible and comprehensive this hospital really is. As a matter of fact, I was talking with one of my recent relocation clients who settled in this area just the other day, and they mentioned that they received their welcome card from St. Francis offering to connect them with a new primary care doctor. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: public transit. If you're coming from a bigger metro area where buses or trains are part of daily life, you should know that public transportation in Midlothian is pretty limited. GRTC, Greater Richmond's bus system, does have a few express routes that run along major corridors like Midlothian Turnpike, but once you get off those main roads, service drops off fast. So if you're planning to live in one of the quieter neighborhoods, which, let's be honest, is a big part of Midlothian's appeal, you're gonna need a car. It's not a very walkable or transit-connected suburb once you're off the beaten path. The good news is that traffic isn't bad by big city standards, and the road infrastructure is solid, but not the most direct like Henrico that's built on a grid system. But if daily transit access is a must for your lifestyle, that's something to factor in early. And stick around later in the video. I'll show you something you won't believe is coming to Chesterfield. We are turning into Roundtray now. Welcome to Roundtray, one of Midlothian's most sought after and still growing neighborhoods. Nestled along the banks of the Swift Creek Reservoir, Roundtray blends resort style amenities, custom home designs, and that rare sense of everyone knows your name community energy. You'll find homes here starting in the 600,000s and climbing into luxury territory like the model home that you see here behind me. Built by a curated mix of local and nationally recognized builders, and yes, we're already into Section 9 with more custom builds underway. Whether it's their annual 4th of July parade, the Parade of Homes, or fall festivals with barrel train rides, Roundtray knows how to bring neighbors together. And let me tell you, the neighbors here go all in on creating that small town storybook vibe. I was showing homes in Roundtray earlier this year, right after the holiday, and the streets were lined with the cutest little mailbox and lamppost decoration. They had a full-on snowman head on the top of the lamppost with seasonal greenery wrapped all the way down. The club at Roundtray is where everything comes to life, with multiple pools, fitness facilities, water views, a dog park, and walking trails that make it easy to enjoy the outdoors every day. Homes here feature modern architecture, incredible finishes, and layouts designed for how people actually live, with options for main level living, dedicated offices, and a generous entertaining space. Now here's something most real estate agents won't tell you. The HOA here is one of the more structured ones in the Richmond Metro, and I always like to give my clients a heads up. Depending on which section of Roundtray you're in, the HOA fees will vary, and you may also owe a capitalization fee at closing. This is one of those communities where the HOA is very active protected, which can be great for preserving home values and keeping things consistent, but it also means you'll likely need approval for things like landscaping, exterior paint, or even where guests can park. I actually had a client who loved the home and the location, but ended up moving out because they wanted more flexibility, especially when it came to having family visit and stay in their camper. So just know it's beautiful here, but you need to be okay with structure. If that's you, you're going to love it. And if you're not sure, I'm happy to talk it through with you. Feel free to give me a call at the number on the screen. Now we are back in the car and going just down the street to New Market Village, part of Roundtree's master plan, but with its own unique feel. It's tucked away in a quiet pocket and starts in the low 600,000s, which makes it a rare entry point into this amenity-rich lifestyle. It is important to realize with any new construction home, the prices listed are always the starting price. As you add design or structural options, that price keeps going up. Shaw Brothers of Richmond is the primary builder here, offering versatile floor plans and customization packages that work for families of every stage. And best of all, you still get full access to everything Roundtree has to offer. Now we're going to head east out towards the edge of Midlothian, where Brander Mill starts. This is where two major destinations are putting this side of town on the map in a whole new way. First up is River City Sportsplex right here behind me, one of the largest tournament-grade sports facilities in the Mid-Atlantic. With 12 all-weather turf fields, it draws in thousands of athletes each year for soccer, lacrosse, and field hockey events. If you've got kids in travel sports, chances are you'll spend plenty of weekends right here. It's not just great for games, it's an economic and community driver that helps anchor the surrounding area. But just across 288 behind this field and building is something even bigger that's making waves. Literally, the lake is a massive 105-acre mixed-use development that's bringing the first surf park on the East Coast and what's being called the largest of its kind in the world, right here to Chesterfield County. Think wave pools, wakeboarding, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, and even an inflatable obstacle course. Construction is finally moving forward, and the first commercial phase, including a Chipotle and a drive-through Starbucks, is underway. Over time, the lake will expand into a full-on destination. Restaurants, breweries, wineries, retail, 2 hotels, an amphitheater, and more than 1,200 residential units, including apartments and townhomes starting in the 500,000. The surf pool itself is part of a long-term plan that will unfold over the next 5 to 10 years, depending on demand. And here's the cool part. The developers aren't just building a place to live or shop, they're aiming to create a third place, that space outside of home and work where people connect, unwind, and build community. It's bold, it's ambitious, and if it delivers on the vision, it's going to make this area one of the most dynamic spots in the entire Richmond metro. So as you can see, Midlothian really does offer that perfect balance of space, peace, and community. But it's not for everyone. That's where I come in. I'm here to help you think through your move the right way. If you're considering relocating to the Richmond metro area, reach out anytime at the contact number below or download my free relocation guide. The link is in the description. Relocation is what I do. If you're coming from out of state and want someone who knows Richmond like the back of their hand, I've got you. And if you want to go learn more, check out my next video.